It's very long.
It's very long. So in terms of case, really gone. So I wouldn't want to put it on a mannequin. That's interesting in itself. Let's see how it's nice inside. Yeah, I think this is what one that Gabby was saying was unusual because it's pocket round there
behind the hip.
I think it would be good if we could get this one flat then. But it's going. And look at that.
I wouldn't want to hang it really.
Yeah.
Something's caused that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Something on the leg. It's been constantly folded on that point or something.
But
Sorry, the buttons on the front. How far?
Just
So the top ones are all working buttons, and then it goes into press studs, and then they're not working.
Then this has been stitched.
Right.
So we could display it.
Has the top always been attached to the bottom?
Maybe not.
So you could undo the top and fold back part of the top.
Show some of the construction inside. It's interesting because you can see the tensioning, which everybody has problems with at times. The tensioning is slightly off on the stitching.
Yeah.
Oh, and the
But
pockets.
that's why it's just roughly.
Well, it's what you get, like it's pulled slightly too tight, so you get the stitch sort of popping through a little bit.
Yeah.
But a single line of thread holding them all together, rather than it being equally distributed through the material.
And it would be nice to do this side because then we could
See the
talk about
pocket.
the pocket.
So there's just a pocket on one side.
Yeah,
Yes,
just
one
one
pocket.
side.
Yes, you can also show these little bone in.
It's really good that it opens so far down because you
Yeah.
could have one half is.
So you've got a line of previous stitching.
Well, that's good. So there's lots to point out on it.
These are exactly the sort of things people will look for when they're examining.
Well, I think in the case, if we kind
so
of,
that would be a good magnifying.
if we can kind of display it so that the skirt is up to the side almost of the shape a bit more.
Yeah. The difficulty will be the length.
A bit of length and it.
I'd almost do like a sunk into a table and there's just a sheet,
Right.
rather than doing the acrylic joining, and because that would be a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
So it'll be cheaper to just do it. So it's almost like you turned a plinth upside down and put a sheet of acrylic over it, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than building the acrylic
thing
top, it'll that'll be a full acrylic top will be more expensive. So the buttons on the top are on the left hand side, and then they're on the right hand side.
But that's how it would look buttoned across. If I button that into there, you'll see it would look.
Oh yeah, when they're closed.
Yeah,
but
but
when you
it's
open it,
interesting,
they're on.
Yes, because these are being sewn to the buttonhole side.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when you open
So
it, they're
they-
on the wrong side.
Yeah.
So the discoloration's great, but again, your story is about makers
I know,
remaking.
yes.
So it's when you look at this,
Won't be making that.
what is the maker looking for?
Yes.
Yeah.
The curator goes for the staining.
Yeah.
But the curator doesn't like putting this on a mannequin
Yeah.
because of that, because it looks like you haven't looked after it and it's not in good condition, and also because it will cause further damage to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the maker is actually looking at the inside for the original colour.
Yeah.
So there's a really interesting thing about value here, isn't there? Something that might be of questionable value to a curator, where they'd be reluctant to show it to the public because of its state.
Yeah.
To a maker can be really invaluable. You know, the information they can get from that can be extraordinary.
Yeah.
Whereas from a curatorial perspective, we won't show it because it's disintegrated. It's in, we can't put it on a mannequin and lying flat it'll look crumpled. But actually none of that bothers the makers, because the makers are just going straight for, like you did, look at the whip stitching around there. How's the swan's down made?
Well, it's been adjusted probably for secondary use. There's a lot of these things were then worn again for fancy dress.
So as part of the exhibition, when we're talking about, for example, this, are we then putting with this a kind of history of 1870s fashion, or are we? We're not, are we? Because in terms of like our traditional, so like I'm thinking like House of Foxy, 1930s, 1940s fashion. Do you need to tell visitors a kind of potted history of that period of fashion at that time?
I think you need to label what it is, possibly
Yeah.
mention like bustle dress
Yeah.
and stuff like that, but beyond that, it's
We're
not the
not-
remit of this exhibition
No,
to be
it's not.
examining fashion changes through the years, is
Yeah,
it?
because
So-
otherwise it'd be kind of like random panels and random periods.
Yeah.
Well, because we are
fashion.
deliberately mixing the periods up.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Look at this, notice that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
What I find fascinating about this
Yeah.
dress is,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
and get people to look again at the waist and how it's put together, and because initially you see constructed onto a waistband, but yeah, things like notice the double sets of hook and eye,
Yeah.
where it's clearly been adjusted and changed for a different wearer.
I mean, when we were talking about it, picking out a detail, if you picked out that detail and blew it up,
Yeah,
you'd see really obviously that there you've got
Yeah.
the original sewn
original sewn
Yeah.
ones, and then you've got two different kinds of eyes and
yeah. Because often it would be skirt and top separate,
Yeah.
and then they'd hook them
Yeah.
together.
because if you, even when you look at the hooks, so you've got 4 eyes in 2 pairs, and then yeah, I mean there's 2 hooks missing from there in a way, isn't
Yes,
there?
the
Because you've
little
got
brass
you've got
ones, yeah.
6 eyes, but you've only got 4 hooks, and 3 of them are the same and one's not.
Yes.
So even the
Yeah,
mixed
so-
up hook and eyes
It's
don't
interesting.
work.
Yeah, because these little brass ones match those.
Yeah, yeah,
But then it's possibly lost one.
yeah.
So somebody's got this out of their button box, and they've sewn on the 2 things there just to draw it across a little bit
Yeah.
more. But also then you notice that because it's been let down from here, that should originally have been up there,
Yeah,
and then the spacing of the buttons would work.
Yeah.
yeah,
Whereas now you've got this big space, so you'd probably, if you were wearing it, have to wear a sash or...
Okay. Well, I think we need a day of photography then. Once we've selected.
get some of those
Yeah.
details.
Select the items, get a professional photographer, and do a day of photography to do all the close-ups.
yeah.
And then that will form the panels for the hallway and the thing. Okay. Lovely.
Yeah.
Right.